Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Are you the one that wanted to know more about Asian Americans in mainstream media, such as film and television? Well, you came to the right place. The great American outdoors. But you know, not an Asian in sight. Sounds like a problem, and it sounds like the current state of film and media today.
From the dusty mesa, her looming shadow grows, hidden in the branches of the poison creosote. She twines her spines up slowly towards the boiling sun, and when I touched her skin, my fingers ran with blood.
Excuse me, ma'am, how do you feel about Asians in America?
I hate them. I hate them.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's episode. Today's episode is called Mystery of the Missing Asians. And when I say mystery of the missing Asians, I mean missing from the entertainment industry. We'll be strictly talking about film and television. Now, I'm gonna start this video off with a general question. And that question is, name an Asian American actor or actress that isn't popularized through martial arts. And I say Asian, at the moment I'm talking about East Asians, just for this question. And the answer to that question is actually a hard one. Even me as an Asian American myself, a film major, film and television major, I can only maybe name 5, and if that, I really have to rack my brain. Just off the top of my head, Steven Yeun, Aquafina, even the girl from To All the Boys I Loved Before, but I don't actually know her name. And I feel like that's a question that most American households can't answer, especially just 5 years ago, those names weren't even considered household names. And I think that's a real problem within America today. In America, at least in the entertainment industry for sure, Hollywood tends to cling on to the hegemonic standard of the white male. Blockbuster movies with mass audiences tend to only be reserved for white people. The majority of the roles, if not 95% to 99% of the roles given to minorities, specifically Asians, are due to stereotypes. These are the roles that we're given because that's what America's comfortable with, and that's really all they know. Take, for example, Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell, Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai, or Matt Damon in The Great Wall. All of these are Asian-centric movies, but still happen to find a way to have a white protagonist. That being said, I don't want to discredit any Asian creators or actors or actresses that are still making waves in the industry, because for sure there are some, but just not enough. And as you can see here by this UCLA Hollywood Diversity Report, only 2 out of 10 lead roles in all films in 2017 were people of color. And I'm not saying 2 out of every 10, I mean proportionately, only 2 out of 10 were lead roles that were people of color. Now take this for example, only 3.4% of all film roles of 2017 were Asians. Only 3.4%. The lowest demographic, second to Native Americans. Now 3.4% being Asian, and then the proportion being 2 out of 10 people of color having lead roles. You do the math, it's essentially invisible, the impact of Asians within the grand scheme of American cinema. Now, what are some things that can be done to combat this? And well, sadly enough, a lot of things that are done, and I know this as an Asian actor myself, is ambiguity. And it's a sad reality, but a lot of Asian actors change their last names to seem more ambiguous, seem, potentially more marketable to entertainment industries, so that they don't immediately get typecasted as soon as they see the name. Because once they see the name that they don't necessarily that they're not familiar with, it's an automatic X on that character. Something else that's used to combat this is colorblind casting, and there's a bit of controversy on whether or not that's truly meaningful casting. And basically, it kind of strips away any type of depth in terms of who the character is culturally, so that just you can get a face on a screen to create diversity. And while I'm not necessarily against colorblind casting at the moment, because honestly, anything on there is anything. I just like seeing, you know, my people be giving it the chance, and not everybody has the same history or background as other Asians. So sometimes it's just nice to see them up there, because a lot of Asians can relate to, say, a more Americanized, a hegemonic type white standard story, and you know, it's nice to see their face. But that doesn't necessarily mean that colorblind casting is the end all be all in terms of what needs to be done. I feel that there needs to be still some depth to the characters and how their culture needs to impact how they react in certain situations. Things like that, to add real characteristics and not just kind of a blank slate. Hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed making this video. It means a lot to me, and I hope it gave you guys just a general perspective on what it's like as an Asian American within the industry, and just the things that need to be done in order for our industry to be more inclusive of everybody on our great big old planet Earth.